final dress rehearsal before the regular season gets started in a couple of weeks' time. And off we go here in the NFL preseason finale. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
These preseason games, Mike, they could be a little bit tricky because on one hand, you want to protect your starters. You want to make sure you go into week 1 of the regular season as healthy and as prepared as possible. And for a lot of the guys on this roster, especially these backup quarterbacks, this is a great opportunity not only to prove your worth in the NFL, but these are a lot of valuable opportunities and reps that don't necessarily come once the regular season gets kicked off.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, like living in these third and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Make no mistake about it, Mike, even though these games might not mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, they certainly matter when it comes to the evaluation of these rosters. You just can't replicate these situations of live reps in practice. So what do coaches do? They give guys a little bit of taste in the preseason games. Can you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? I'm excited to see who steps up, who makes a case to snatch one of these roster spots over these next couple hours.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the give, it's Hall. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They'll take it into the red zone. It's at the 19. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he's into the end zone. Trey McBride. Touchdown. The extra point is good. And his guys will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Eagles offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Hurts to the air on 1st down. This one intercepted. Into space. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll go right and find his running back. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
That is intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're on to you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's home. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the...
And he will get into the end zone for the touchdown. Point after, coming up here. It's up and good. And his guys will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Now for the 3rd time in the 1st quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked off by DJ Turner.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did. Walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend. But as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Paul from the pistol. Whoa. And he's going to take this all the way home. Reese Hall has a touchdown. The extra point is up and through. And his guys move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. Got a man. Good job coming back for the ball on the completion. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down. He's brought down at the 31. A game of 9 yards. 1st down, Eagles. They'll stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. So after... Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Hurts to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That's taken in, and this is going to work out. They get the 1st down. It was 4th and 4, a little risk, but it pays off. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Hurts again. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goddard. Second down and 8. Again, Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. That's a great job defensively. The goal of every defense in the NFL is to accomplish one of 2 things: turnovers, force field goals. In this case, the big 3rd down stop is most likely going to lead to the latter. Really nice job there in the red zone.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Second down, Lawrence. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
They'll run. This is Hall. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. Third and long. Lawrence now. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
It's fourth down.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I continue in just a moment. Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And his guys going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. The drive will start on the ground.
Number 24 of the ball carrier. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9. At the 26-yard line.
Here's second and 9. On play action, here's Hurts. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle's made at the 36.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike. but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Edger and Cooper, they're on the 10. So, we've reached halftime here in the final week of the preseason. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report.
Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. Might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock.
Ramp 23. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Woo. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem. And plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down. To throw is Lawrence. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Cameron Kinchen.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
Man in motion is Smith. A shotgun run now with Walker. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? And this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That is well done there, converting on 3rd and 15. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track. The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run-after-catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. Working out of the gun. It's Minshew. He's got it at the 7. They convert with a gain of 15.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's Walker. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Man in motion is Smith. One more time with Walker. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run with Walker. And they'll get into the end zone for the first time tonight. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are able to cut into the deficit.
Our home team 31. Visitors 7.
We're down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Illegal touching. Offense.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
They'll run it out of the gun with Moss. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Eagles 39-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
Open man, right side. He's got it. They get 19 on that pass play. That's enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Here's a handoff to Moss. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
He'll try to run for it. Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
That is caught back corner of the end zone for the score. And before the try, remember, it's touch. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
His kick is good. Makes the score our home team
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Minshew out of the pistol here. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
A gain there of 10 yards, and that will be a first down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's a run. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They finish off the preseason unbeaten, and they are ready for the regular season, which will kick off in 2 weeks' time.